Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm very happy that today I was given the opportunity at the International Congress on Physical Education and Sport Science to present our article about the perspective of clinical clerkship students on health protocol during the COVID-19 pandemic on daily exercise activity. As long as we know that the SARS-CoV-2 virus transmission has made human movement restriction, everybody has to stay at home, work from home, and do distance learning to prevent the virus. However, this restriction also affect daily human life because it decrease physical activity and increase the risk of gain weight. Besides maintaining a healthy life with physical exercise, people also have to maintain physical distancing to avoid the spread of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. A combination of physical activity and physical distancing is good to prevent the infectious risk. Unlike most students who stay at home and do distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic, clinical clerkship students have to do the learning activities at the teaching hospital. Besides implementing the health protocol, the student has to conduct physical activity such as sport to maintain their health and physical activity from a video produced by the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia. This study conduct mixed method research. 28 clinical clerkship students at the teaching hospital in North Jakarta, Indonesia, participate in this study. Students learn the COVID-19 prevention protocol from a 2-minute video produced by the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Indonesia. The video delivers the protocol during physical activity such as wearing masks, maintaining physical distancing, staying away from the cold, and managing personal hygiene after the activity. After studying the 2-minute video, the students' comprehension was reviewed by filling out an online questionnaire. The questionnaire evaluates several aspects. The first is knowledge on safe distancing during exercise, physical activity during the pandemic, and self-perception on COVID-19 health protocol. The knowledge on safe distancing and physical activity was analyzed quantitatively. Meanwhile, self-perception was evaluated qualitatively. Some of the results obtained are characteristic of respondent, result of IPAC to finding out about the kind of physical activity that subjects do as part of their everyday lives. During the pandemic, low and vigorous activities were carried out during the pandemic. Frequency of exercise during the pandemic. We can see in table 2, level of knowledge of sport video with the new habit from the Ministry of Health regarding sport distancing shown in table 3. Clinical clerkship perspective on sport safety according to the protocol and understanding of the protocol when exercising, as well as respondent opinions regarding the appropriate types of exercise during the pandemic. Of the 28 clinical clerkship students who answered the questionnaire, most were aged 23 to 24 years. They carried activity ranging from low activities such as stretching to vigorous activity. In figure 4, we can note that most of the clinical students strongly agree that exercise with health protocol is safe. 3.6% didn't do sport activity during a pandemic, even with health protocol. In figure 5, show that 75% of respondents or 21 students experienced the COVID-19 health protocol, 21.4 of respondents or 6 students understood the protocol and the rest didn't understand the health protocol. This study is dominated by 23 until 24 years old respondents whose physical activity was categorized into 25% low, 50% moderate, and 25% high. Since the IPEC is student physical activity in the last 7 days, it was also identified into 4 types. Besides IPEC, this study also conduct open question on the exercise frequency. Here, most clinical flagship students exercise 2 until 3 times per week. However, their exercise or physical activity was not implemented the WHO recommendation, which are 150 minutes, the moderate intensity of aerobic for 5 times per week, 30 minutes to 75 minutes of heavy intensity exercise for 2 until 3 times per week, and 20 minutes of potential exercise to conduct a healthy lifestyle. The sport varying from walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, games, gymnastics, yoga, and many others. The sport type is selected based on the student interest and capacity. It is also essential to do various exercise to stimulate the body muscle and avoid injuries. For example, a variation of jogging with swimming to train the lower and upper muscle. The clinical flagship students have appropriate knowledge on minimum distance while exercising, walking, cycling, and running side by side. Low and high IPEC has a high score of evaluating of this post-test video. There was no correlation between IPEC and evaluation result with Spearman correlation in table 3 as one of the prospective medical personnel. The clinical flagship student educates the community to maintain physical distancing during group sport activity. The opinions of several clinical flagship students are summarized as follows. Exercise must be carried out in the pandemic area for a healthy and fit body to fight the coronavirus by consuming a balanced nutrition, diet, and exercise, practice according to their respective capacities. Therefore, it is essential to maintain a lifestyle and diet. That alone is not enough to burn belly fat. It would be best companies by exercise regularly at least 30 minutes a day. The WHO recommends doing 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity or 75 minutes each week or a combination of both. This recommendation can still be achieved even at home without special equipment and with limited space. Some tips on staying active and reducing sedentary behavior while at home are short active breaks during the day. Brief both of physical activity add to weekly recommendation. We can use the suggest exercise as inspiration to be active every day. The following video is an educational video from the Ministry of Health regarding distance protocol during exercise. After the educational video, continue with a video from clinical flagship regarding daily sport.
Selamat pagi. Kalau kita mau berolahraga di tempat umum, kita harus tetap pakai masker dan mematuhi protokol jaga jarak.
Oh gitu ya Pak.
Whoa, get it up, kitty fat, losing fat. My pussy fat when he shot me up. Zip it up and beat it up. Never yelling while we pipe it up.
We conclude that half of clinical flagship students have a moderate physical activity category by IPEC form. They also know very well about distance when exercising through educational videos. They believe that maintaining health during a pandemic by exercising is necessary as long as they adhere to health protocol. The presentation for us will be ended. We hope it will be useful for our sporting work during the current pandemic. Thank you for all your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.